And we are live. Work smarter, not harder is today's topic, and we are on day 12 of the Mindset Challenge. And as you're hopping on, thanks for connecting and let me know where you're connecting from. Do also feel free to leave comments below of anything that resonates with you. And if you're a first time viewer, remember to also hit that subscribe button and to help you to turn on notifications for when I go on live or upload videos. And on Instagram, feel free to also press the follow button as well to be kept up to date. The topic of work smarter, not harder is more about being intentional, purposeful in terms of the outcomes that you want to achieve in life that make you happier, enable you to feel more empowered, and also feel as though you're achieving the best results that you want to achieve in life. It's also about focusing on goals which enable you to leave footprints, okay, looking back, leaving intellectual property or in digital format or in physical products. So everything that you work on, think about what is the outcome that you want to produce. Okay, so that's where being intentional and purposeful comes in. But before that, it's also focusing on looking at the busyness. So sometimes we get caught up in being busy, working harder. At the end of the day, you may find yourself just focusing on either operational tasks or mundane tasks, which are not producing you the outcomes that you're looking for. So this is where the working smarter fits in. From my experience in the past, when I was working harder, it was mostly like going in early into an office, being the first one in, last one out. And what I found through that, I was working harder, but what was happening was that I was caught in the operational tasks most of the times. As much as I tried to be strategic, it wasn't happening. So at the end of the day, I was leaving feeling a little bit frustrated, a little bit anxious, and also feeling as though when the days were progressing by, I wasn't achieving any results. So I started to focus more on how could I be smarter and thought about the outcomes, the vision that the company that I was working for were aiming to achieve. Also, the goals that had been outlined so that I could remain focused on the strategic. Okay, what helps is to have this in whatever field or entrepreneurship or business or career. Always think about having that 360 overview. So the 360 overview, it's you looking at yourself. Okay, looking at yourself from a different angle, different perspective, questioning yourself when you are caught up in things which are not going to produce you income-based results, and also questioning yourself, challenging yourself when you find that you're caught up in these tasks which you know you're doing intentionally to procrastinate because you are avoiding the grander goal. Why? Because the grander goal is either it may seem too challenging, too overwhelming, it may take too much time. So what I'm going to focus on or hop onto is then how do you move into being able to achieve better results, okay, so that you remain focused. So I'll just give you like examples of things that I do which have helped me so far. So the things that I would do, for instance, is plan. So I've shown you in the beginning, if you had watched like my previous steps, you would have seen that I've got a vision planner. It's a 5-year one, which I'll review this month going forward for the next 5 years. And that has helped me map out where I need to go in life. So that what it includes is the grander goals. And then from the grander goals, what you want to do is work your way back up to the point where you've broken down your goals into smaller, achievable, and realistic goals. And those smaller and achievable, realistic goals, you can then take it a next step further. I use my phone tasks app to list what I need to achieve based on my 5-year planner that's broken down into small daily achievable goals or weekly tasks. I set one to three tasks which I know are going to produce me the best results for the week, and then smaller tasks daily, which are the operational tasks. So you use the apps, as many apps that are going to enable you to be more efficient and more effective. I also sync Google Calendar, where I've got like different colors which alert me to what I need to be doing. I've also got spreadsheets for social media marketing and digital marketing, for instance, as an example, to leave me feeling as though I've got some process. Because when the process is all in your head, all you end up doing is picking different types of tasks and not following a specific map. Okay, so you go offline and not in line with your life vision. Those tools do help you remain focused. So you want to get to a point as well where you're setting daily routines for yourself. If it's not daily, we're human beings. Okay, daily, it's because you want to become more consistent and allow for that. Even though it's daily, you're going to have some off days. Some off days where you're not going to be as enthusiastic, as motivated, and you're going to be tested. So it's also about learning to be empathetic, sympathetic with yourself, in understanding that this is all part of the process, that there are going to be days when the tasks that you intended to achieve, you're not going to be able to achieve them, and you're going to have passing moments. Still continue to persevere through. Okay, so if you miss 1 or 2 days, know that, okay, I need to take time, I need to reflect. This moment is going to pass by, and I'm going to be able to pick myself up on day 3, for instance, and then follow my plan. Okay, so yes, it's good to challenge yourself, but at the same time, it's also good to have this awareness that your mindset is going to be a battle. Okay, you're going to go to war with your mindset, and that is one of the trickiest things, because it will tell you all the things that you want to hear to feel comfortable not to do certain things, or the fear, the overwhelm, the self-doubt, the anxiety of the what ifs, of the failures. And it's all part of the process. It's all part of the norm, where you push through and you persevere through, but allowing for that mindset that this is okay. I'm a human being. It's self-love, self-care. I will eventually pick myself up again. So the more you become self-aware, the likelihood is that you're challenging your mind to become more open-minded to what is possible. What is possible, and challenging yourself to move beyond your comfort zone, beyond your limitations, and as well. And this is what working smarter will enable you to be able to do. So I've talked about setting daily routines. So when we talk about setting daily routines as well, not sometimes, but you hear the most successful people say, wake up in the morning, or these gurus say, wake up in the morning, this is when you're going to be the most effective. Wake up at 5 a.m, boot camp, do everything what it takes. Okay, so I used to be a 5 a.m person. Life events happened. I struggle with cognitive mishaps with like my chronic illness. And I used to be so hard on myself. I used to think, oh, I'm failing as a result of not being able to be like, yay, the champion on the go and achieving my results from 5 o'clock in the morning. This is what I've discovered through tapping into my creative resource, is that tap into when you're most alert, when you're most creative, when you know that you're going to be at your ultimate best. And that can be anytime. It is about owning you and taking accountability and responsibility. Because when you go on somebody else's schedule, somebody else who's more alert and happy at 5 o'clock, that's great and fantastic for them. Some of us are not that alert. Some of us need that kicker, and it takes a while. That coffee boost or whatever it may be, or exercise. It may take a while to get into. So I have selected the times I know, especially because of what I'm going through, like what I go through daily, the battle of overcoming like my cognitive dissonance and brain fog challenges, etc. I know that from late afternoon onwards to night, I'm going to be at my peak. Okay. So in the morning, there's something else that I'm doing if I'm up in the morning. If I'm up in the morning. But when I wake up, then I'll tap into a resource that is going to charge me. So that resource will be doing things that I enjoy, like dancing, doing a little bit of like yoga, physio, exercising. Then that makes me feel a little bit happier. It enables me to be more alert. It enables me during that period. And I'm also listening to podcasts. It enables me to then get ideas of what I want to tap into in terms of achieving results. Okay, then I'm ready to go as the day then progresses on, because then I'm in my creative flow and I'm in my creative space and state of being. So that's what you want to be able to tap into, knowing yourself and when you perform your best. So I've talked about blocking off calendars. You want to create projects which are going to, in the beginning, I talked about intellectual property, intellectual currency. So often, especially with social media, there's this buzz or there's this urgency to achieve results immediately. Okay, instantaneous results, and it's an existential crisis if you don't have likes or follows, or you're losing something like TikTok. The latest trend is, oh, I'm no longer going to be on the influencer what is it, fund because I'm losing followers. Look at beyond the short-sighted goals. Okay, when you look at followers or follows, are follows going to be worth something valuable in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Is that going to be what is going to be your currency? Or is the value that you produce in terms of your content that's going to create something that's going to be meaningful from day one? So look at it this way: when you leave a trail behind of everything that you have produced in terms, it could be physical products. I like digital products. So digital products, an example would be, I've created a digital product with a link into like a course offer like this one, like the 21-day mindset challenge. Somebody may not invest into it today. The best thing about digital intellectual property is that 2 or 3 years, my link will still be online somewhere and somebody could opt into it without me physically needing to be there. Okay, so those are the type of things that you want to do, is that is working smarter. You're doing things which empower you to feel that you're leaving something behind that is like going to be automated, that is going to enable you to earn passive income. Then it's going to free up your time to focus on other income producing tasks. The more you start to do that, you also feel what is this sense of self-worth, confidence, more value in the things that you're producing, because what you're creating is social value. You're leaving that currency. You're not asking for anything in return immediately, and your focus is not on followers. Yes, it's meaningful if you are an influencer in what shape or form, because it affects like the deals you might get. But even so, look at the grander goal, look at the greater outcomes. You want to create something for yourself at the end of the day. Measure your results. Okay, look at the goals that you're achieving as you're progressing. So this is where, when I mentioned in the beginning, when you create or tap into resources such as your journals, your planners, your digital scheduling tools, you're able to then see tick off things. Okay, this gives you an indicator of the goals that you're achieving rather than having nothing at all. when you tick off something, that again is like it's banking your achievement of what you have achieved in terms of the smarter goals, the income producing results. So you're thanking and banking yourself, even for the smallest tasks as you go along. And then you will notice that again, your confidence over time, you're breaking through your self-doubts, your barriers, because you are challenging yourself to move out of your comfort zone. You are, what is it? I was going to say you're attacking your goals. Yes, you're attacking your goals. You're executing them and you're achieving better outcomes because you're not focusing only on the operational. You're being more strategic because you've got an outlook, an outcome focused outlook of what you want to be able to obtain. So I hope everything that I've shared today has resonated with you, and I'll just see if I've left anything else out. So the only thing that I'll leave you with is that working smarter in whichever environment you're in is also, it also links to your well-being. It helps you mentally and physically to feel a little bit happier, to move beyond the procrastination, because you know that you have an end goal, an end result, an outcome, and you're being intentional and purposeful in your acts. Okay, so when I started off, I believe I mentioned that in terms of what I'm doing now, I don't think I did. What I'm doing now, this path that I've created of the 21 day, yeah, I did, the 21 day mindset challenge, I already had an end goal in mind, and the end goal is to produce a course. Okay, so whatever you're doing, think about what is your outcome, what is your end goal, so that you have something tangible waiting for you. I'm looking there like you can see me. So you have something there at the end of the line that is waiting for you, that you're going to, what is it? It's that you're going to get your award for all the work and effort that you've put in into the trail that you've left behind, the value that you've been creating, testing out. Now you can create something that is like more tangible, that is going to be automated and leave something, footprints behind as well. Well-being, I'll just leave off with it will save you time, energy, increase productivity, motivate you, enable you to feel more empowered, more valuable, to trust yourself in terms of how much you charge for your services as well, because you know what the value is and the time that you've invested in what you have produced. And this is beyond the instantaneous gratification, the instantaneous results. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be going on into day 13. Do remember to hit the subscribe button, especially if you're watching for the very first time, so that you're kept up to date with my videos. And on Instagram, I want to thank anybody who has hopped on. I can see the glamour. I think, yeah, I can see the rest of it. Thanks for joining. And if anybody on Instagram that's watching right now, you can always hop on to my YouTube channel. You find the link in my bio where you see the full videos and the whole 21-step program. Ciao for me for now.